All right, everybody, welcome to the Friday Night Prepper pre-party show. This is the panel you've been waiting for. We've been hyping this one up since November. And we're going to do the 2026 Doomsday bingo card or Apocalypse bingo card, however you want to call it. And each of us had an opportunity to make 5 predictions. Some of them were serious. Some of them were just for fun. In general, most of these, we hope that they don't come true. You guys know the rules here on my channel. Be kind to the moderators and the guests. No racism, no sexism. Other than that, we're going to have a good time. And so I go first with B, and I'm going to give you mine, and we'll kind of get a little chatter going on that. See what the rest of the panel here thinks about mine. And then I'm going to give you a word. And when I give the word, if you want to be entered into, we've got a couple. They're very small giveaways, but they're nice giveaways. At the end here, you're going to put that word in caps in chat after I give it to you, okay? And I'm going to have to cut it off so that I give people a chance to get on the wheel and not leave last minute entries as we're about to end the stream. I want to jump in on it too. I'll have to cut it off. We'll say probably 8:15. If anybody that comes in after 8:15, they're just not going to be eligible. I think that's fair.
Fair.
All right. Well, so that being said, wanted to be respectful of everybody's time. I'm going to go ahead and get started. We're going to put the bingo card up on the board. Now, guys, before we do this, I guess we didn't decide. So my thoughts on this were, if we get 5 things on this that are confirmed, doesn't necessarily have to be 5 in a row, I would consider that bingo. What do you guys think about that?
I have to agree. Yeah. I've been sharing the link to these Apocalypse bingo cards in the chat. And if you get back to them, what I think I should do once we go through all this is give folks a randomized version. Right, take all of our picks and kind of jumble them up so that everybody that gets a card gets a different variation of it, so that no 2 are really the same. Because right now I feel like we're kind of all playing off the same bingo card, so we're all going to get bingo at the same time. There can be only one bingo winner. Okay, you have to get them in a line, a column, a diagonal. You got to get bingo, and no free spaces on this one. We didn't cop out on anybody. So, but I think that. With the stakes, I do think it's high enough that you could say if you got 5 of these, that's Apocalypse bingo.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
What do you guys think? Do you want to do the randomized where we each get a different card, or do you want to do 5 means we all win or lose?
I'm curious to see if as a group we can do a bingo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, how many do...
how many do we currently have?
Yeah, because I called Venezuela, and literally fucking 3 days later that actually happened. So that was.
But we got to get the 5 in a row or an X or something like that.
There's some caveats too, although we did not technically invade Venezuela. We still went there and stole their dude, I guess, and
stole their president.
Yeah, it's true.
And Trump is saying that we're running Venezuela now, so I think that counts.
Yeah.
All right. What else we got?
Okay, so martial law in a U.S. city. Let me tell you something. I think that is on the radar, right? If we were going to get that line right there across from invade Venezuela, martial law in a U.S. city, we're almost there in Minneapolis, right? Cyber grid power, cyber attacks on the grid, not quite yet. Wild weather caused by magnetic pole shifts. I give you your current weather patterns.
Yep.
Okay. So I don't know if we want to X that one off yet, but we are 2 major events away from bingo in that column right now.
Right there.
I've seen. So if we went through Sarge's list, right? UAP disclosure, sleeper cells attack in the U.S. Nobody wants to see that happen. The disclosure thing, I think we all know needs to happen.
Well, they had some.
I would stamp that box. They already came out and they were like, "It's real."
So here's what I was thinking with my UAP one. Here's what I was thinking. Was not these whistleblowers, because all these I've watched all of it, and I'm obsessed with it, right? And all of them are like, oh well, I've not seen any aliens. I was told about this from somebody else. There's nobody that's a firsthand witness to this. And then the ones that supposedly are say, well, I can't talk about that. I can't talk about that. Right. So what I mean by UAP, I mean like president comes on for a press conference and says, we have confirmation of life that is not human, that is intelligence. And I would accept that. Like, even if they don't tell us anything else, like we don't know if these are from another planet or interdimensional or what, but they're not human and they're intelligent.
Yeah, and that we haven't seen per se. We just said, oh yeah, there's this stuff flying around.
Right.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
And we don't know what it is, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big one. The tornado outbreak, EF5s, I think that's a real possibility. Nobody wants to see it, but these, they get tornado outbreaks every spring. But, Sarge was talking on a more severe scale with more severe storms.
Yeah, so we don't have an EF5 every year. Thankfully we don't have an EF5 every year. When we do, they tend to be city destroyers.
The medicine shortages, I'm already seeing that in my area. The pharmacies are out of a lot of things, and they tell you that it's out of stock, and they don't know when or if it will come back in stock. Mm-hmm. So I personally would check that box already. Mm-hmm. And then Russia accidentally bombs a European nation.
They've come close.
Yeah, they have.
They've dropped a few drones in like Poland, but
they've had some missiles overfly. They're overshoot. So, I mean, I would maybe state that one.
It happened.
So with that one, I was thinking like a missile or a drone hits something like an apartment building or a building or something in one of the European countries, and let's be honest, it would probably be Poland if it was going to happen.
Well, Romania. The Romanians are pretty pissed at the Russians too. They're not fans of each other.
And that Russia will say that it was an accident. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, we're sorry we took out
CIA.
their cell towers. Yeah.
They'll be like, it was the Western provocateurs did that. Like,
yeah, they could blame us. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I was thinking with those ones, and with the medication shortage. I meant like a national one, like it's like there's something on the news, like we're having antibiotics are almost run out or something like that.
Yeah. Do you think they'd tell us?
No.
If it got to a critical shortage, they wouldn't be able to hide it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like there would be a point where people would be like, "You can't get shit."
Right.
There's something wrong.
Yep.
That's not a situation. That's not a situation you can throw a brick your way out of either. You can't just enact change when there's no medicine by like taking a stance to get on a soapbox and protesting and doing whatever. It's not going to make amoxicillin rain out of the sky.
Right.
What do you do, when faced with that reality?
So, China and India is where like I think 60 or 70% of our meds are made in either China or 70%. India. 70. And
jeez.
We have an okay relationship with India for the most part, but like China, it's always like, it's, one day it's good, one day it's not so good. And if they decided to screw with us, all of those shipping containers that, they're going to be a little bit late this month, sorry. And, Grandpa's heart medicine, Grandpa's cholesterol medicine, little Susie's seizure medicine, little Timmy's asthma medicine, like we would be in big trouble.
It's interesting that our government would hone in on TikTok as the biggest national security issue.
Yeah.
Given the facts just presented just then.
Yeah. Well, I also find it funny. TikTok tends to spread news very quickly. Correct or incorrect?
Yeah.
Not anymore. Since new American owners have taken over, TikTok apparently is this bastion of censorship. There's like words you can't say on there, but whereas the Chinese government didn't give a rat's ass, they were like, say what you want. Interesting that the evil communists would be like, say what you want, bro.
It's bugging. I think
they also
too,
benefited
right?
a little bit. Like,
yep.
Would you say, Pete? I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
The Chinese probably benefited a little bit because we were all pissed at each other.
Oh, yeah.
And then they were like, yeah, go ahead, be pissed at yourself too. Livingston's point. Be like, yeah, go piss yourselves off. Have fun. We'll just sit back and watch.
Yeah.
Now, you know
All right,
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, let me go ahead and throw the word out there for everybody, and then I'm gonna turn it over because we pretty much hit my 5 there. So if you want to be entered into the little giveaway here, we've got like four small prizes. The word I want you to put in chat, and you got to put it in all caps, please, for me, or I might miss it, is Bingo 2026. Just like this. It's coming up now. Just like that.
Bingo 2026, folks.
Yep.
All capital letters and capital numbers too.
I'm gonna be pulling out the capital numbers. I didn't even know they had those.
Capital number.
Arabic numerals. We should
I
go
got
back to the Roman ones.
My cheat sheet here. This thing is great. The AI background just makes me disappear. It's the bingo cards.
Should I turn on the eye contact plugin?
Oh, please no. That is so weird. I will actually share a link in the chat right now for you guys to download these bingo cards yourselves. What is it? myfreebingocards.com. I went there and actually created this. I made a paper list of everybody's predictions and then went in and typed them all in. So any spelling errors are totally on me.
All right, I was gonna call out societal collapse. There's a E in that word, but you did good.
Thank you. Yeah, there's plenty of them there. So let's see. I had the privilege of the letter I. So all of the picks in the I column, which is the second one, societal collapse in the US of A. I think we might be on our way there now, honestly, looking at the way things are going. I drove through small town USA today, small town USA, and there was a crap load of kids with backpacks on that must have just gotten out of school, high school, right? Tons of them. I'm going to say 100 kids, 120 kids marching through the small town USA, the village of Red Hook, chanting "No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA," with their signs and their backpacks. I don't know if who was leading the kids, but yeah, there was supposed to be a general strike today, right? A secessio plebis in solidarity with the anti-ICE protesters. And everywhere I went today was open and everybody was there working and doing their thing. But, I mean, if you were out doing your whatever, live your life, man. I can tell you what to do.
There was marching children through Red Hook today?
Correct, yes.
Wow.
How old were these kids?
I'm going to say high schoolers.
Jeez.
High schoolers for sure. Some of them still had backpacks. They all lined up in front of the funeral home and, took their route from school and then marched down Main Street. Interesting.
Was it during the school day, just out of curiosity?
It was probably right at the end of the day, like 2 o'clock-ish. Maybe like they left a little early to do this or something.
We had about 100 left one of the high schools in the middle of the school, like when they were supposed to be in class. And they received a text from the school, because everything's automated, saying you need to come back to class. And they charged 27 with truancy because they found them like screwing off in Whataburger afterwards. And they're like, that's not a protest. You're just playing hooky.
Oh, man.
It's cheap. There's this sort of it's a bribe there. It's like, hey, if you want to get out of school a half hour early, all you got to do is grab a sign and walk down the street like, yo, I'm doing that. Fuck.
Do you guys remember when it was the Donald Trump's first term that like college kids were so distraught that they gave them the day off of school? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
They set up that's when we got the term
safe spaces.
Originated. Yeah, I remember when those
proliferated. That's where that came from.
Yeah.
That was easy.
So my second choice was wild weather caused by the magnetic pole shift. Livingston Man and I had a great discussion about this. The magnetic north has been shifting over Russia for a very long time. It's moving at 40 miles an hour a year towards Siberia right now, and no signs of stopping. You have the North Atlantic anomaly, and you have the now South Atlantic anomaly. There is something going on with our magnetic poles. I don't know what. I'm not a scientist, but I can see that something is happening. And it seems to be steering weather patterns and making weather more extreme. Sarge is about to experience some of that weather tomorrow. We're talking big bomb cyclones, like Hurricane Bob strength storms off the coast in the wintertime. These are hurricanes when you're not supposed to have hurricanes.
Yep.
Just
so
saying.
We had, here in Charleston, South Carolina, which is typically, on average, historically, we get snow like once every 8-10 years or so. We've had 3 in the last 6. So it's definitely there's some pattern we're in. I'm not going to say climate change or whatever. I mean, I don't know. It's like that's outside my.
The climate always is
weather
changing
manipulation.
Yeah.
Sure.
Did I say that out loud?
I'm going to say that something's different in the last. It's something is cycling up here in the last 10 years.
Could I ask why you wouldn't say it's climate change?
Because I've gone back and forth on that for myself. I'll share my personal opinion. I don't mind. My personal opinion is that there are cycles to the Earth that we don't completely understand. It's way more complex than we have any clue to. Even our best scientists, they can predict models to some extent for short term. But I do believe personally, and I'm not looking to get in an argument with anybody, that humans have accelerated something here in this cycle through our activities. But to say like that what we're experiencing here in Charleston in the last 10 years, which is some weird increase in frequency of snowfall, that it's directly related to that, I don't know, somebody is burning too much oil or something like that. I don't think you can make that conclusion. I'm not ruling out humans as a factor here at all. I actually think they are. The other thing is, I decided years ago that it really, even if humans are responsible for this, and it is like the Al Gore theory, nobody's going to change. Nobody's going to give up their lifestyle. Nobody's going to do certainly not the rich people who are responsible for most of this, like these little pop stars who fly around on their private planes to go on a date or to go to, a football game. A pop star who uses her private plane to go to watch a football game uses more fossil fuels in her 1 year of traveling around than your family is going to use in their entire lifetime.
Oh yeah.
So don't come out.
You can say her name. You can call the devil what she is, Taylor Swift. Just say it.
I didn't say that. I didn't say
that was easy.
Now you're gonna get me. Now you're gonna get my channel attacked by the Swiftie army, and I've seen.
They're coming for you, Sarge. They're coming for you. You and Mr. Kitty are in big freaking trouble.
It's called engagement farming.
You better believe it. That's gonna happen.
Third,
I think that people aren't going to change enough. China's not going to change what they're doing. India's not going to change what they're doing. So what's the point? Like I recycle, I use, the low energy bulbs. I do what I can. I walk to places when I can walk to places, but I really get tired of the argument at this point, because unless you're going to go after all the, make China change, somehow make India change, somehow make Taylor Swift change, it's not going to happen.
Absolutely. Assaulting the average Joe.
List is India and China.
Assaulting the average Joe for their energy uses, while a country like China, which is what you might as well call China, is a nation/factory, billow and smoke all day long to produce the world's shit. Either the world has to free itself from that dependence on said shit, because otherwise, like Sarge said, you're never going to get them to come along with it. the end game is not like the survival of the human race for some people out there, and especially these faceless corporations. Those are not people. They're driven by motivation for cash and profit, and that's all.
Yep. Did I answer your question?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Number 3 on my list was World War III goes hot.
Oof.
Now, there's a lot of clamor right now about, the markets are closed for the weekend now, and potentially the U.S. making a move on the Ayatollah in Iran this weekend, or what's his name, the Khamenei, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we shall see what a move like that would spark. Regional conflict for sure. I don't know who all would jump in on it, but we shall see. We shall see.
China and Iran have a lot of trade, don't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah.
Is
Russia
him
too,
and
right?
Maduro going to share a cell?
He's in there. He's got his head in his hands because Diddy's sitting next to him with a bottle of baby oil, just looking at him like,
Oh God.
yo, what's up, Playboy? What's up, Playboy?
I think if we
Man.
get involved with Khamenei, we're not taking him prisoner.
No.
Nah, it's
He's
going
not
to be
coming home.
a drone strike.
There will be an accident for that person.
Yeah.
No, or it's going to be like, Trump come on television. We got him. We got this son of a bitch. We took him out. It was a beautiful big
It
drone
was a
strike.
beautiful thing. We got him. We got him.
Yep.
Blood everywhere. We got him.
It was so beautiful. He cried like a bitch. He was on the toilet. We shot him a bitch.
And our soldiers are so
We
brave. They're so brave. They're the best. We have the best soldiers in the world.
have the best soldiers. Everybody was so beautiful. The way he just exploded everywhere. If you had seen it, yeah, I saw it. Yeah. Okay. Well, World War III goes hot. This is one where I'd be like sitting there, like I could jam this man. What is World War III? A lot of people have said the Cold War could be considered World War III, the global war on terror, which is, I don't know, perhaps still going on, really, is World War III. Post 9/11 era in general is World War III. The new Ukraine, the EU versus all these, global alliances and all these things going on. Like, the world's in flames, man. What else do you guys want? What is World War III goes hot, and what is the temperature now?
What was the
what does that mean?
definition for World War II and World War I? Was it more than it was countries in 3 or more continents? I'm talking about the technical definition. 3 or more continents.
Yeah.
That were, and there was a certain number of countries, and it was like if we check these little boxes.
I'm gonna have to look that up, Pete.
Because I swear if it was more than 2 continents, maybe 3, I can't remember. 2 continents and 3 countries that were in common or something like that. There was a criteria, historically speaking, that said this was how we defined World War I versus all the other dumb shit the Europeans did before that. But
World War I and World War II, I would say, were primarily, world powers, first world and second world and new world nations and their colonial allies. The new one is global alliances, NATO versus the new sort of Eastern bloc that is sort of Russia, China, and then you have like Middle Asia, of course, the Middle East. But let's count up conflicts. We shooting guns in South America. We shooting guns in the Middle East. You got guns going off in Eastern Europe. You got the whole Taiwan Chinese thing. You got a lot of there is conflict everywhere. Syria,
India,
Africa,
Pakistan.
everywhere.
India, Pakistan, Yemen.
The only continent where there ain't shit going on is Antarctica and Australia. And then Australia has wildlife to deal with. They can't be getting embroiled in foreign conflicts. At this point, they got fucking spiders this big, dude. They're still fighting a war. God bless them.
Moms doing lawsuits against the government for daring to limit kids on social media. You following that?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it.
I've seen it.
Australia has passed a new law that kids. This is a good topic for discussion sometime if we want to hit it now or later. Kids under 15, I think, are no longer allowed to use social media
in Australia.
And now I think France is considering a similar law.
I think they did this in the whole UK in general, right? Because Australia's part of the Commonwealth. Because I saw complaints from the UK about this too.
Okay. And then now we got moms basically saying that you're infringing on their rights to decide how to parent.
What do you mean, how to parent? Here's
like it's up to me to decide if little Susie. It's up to me to decide if little Susie can have a Facebook account at the age of 8, basically.
Absolutely not.
No, because Facebook's terms of service dictate 13 years old.
All right,
anyway.
so we'll say 13 then.
Yeah.
Here's where I'm like, I agree with this, but this is a parents' rights thing.
Mm-hmm.
The government just swooping in and saying no. I'm always going to be against that, especially when you use government to drive a wedge between parent and child.
Yep. Nobody's going to tell me how to raise my children but me.
I don't even have children, and I'm with Trent.
But they would want to try. That's for sure.
I'm 90% of the way there with you, because I'm generally against the government telling people what to do unless it's like a huge issue, like you can't own a bazooka or something, you know.
Why not? Why not?
Technically in Texas, you
I
can.
In Ohio, you can own a bazooka.
You can own a cannon in most places too. In most states, you can own a cannon.
Bro, that's my emotional support bazooka, and I need to travel with it on the airliner.
The 10% of me that agrees with the law here is because I work in mental health, and I see what this is doing to young people.
Yeah.
So there's part of me that's like, I don't want the government telling parents what they can and can't do with their kids. But then part of me is like, you parents, so many parents out there are failing at this, that like, if you're that crappy at parenting, then the government's gonna step in.
True.
Yeah. It's true. It's true.
What if it was the parents' choice as to whether their child should smoke cigarettes or not? Like, what then?
That's a good analogy.
Yeah, you're not wrong, Livingston, man.
Are those parents who had their kids smoke weed on TikTok and then they got arrested?
Yeah.
I mean, technically they had freedom of choice. They just chose the wrong thing.
Freedom of choice does not equal freedom of consequence.
Well, yeah, you're never free from the consequences. My fourth choice, a little more lighthearted. I think they're going to find a living, breathing dinosaur in our oceans in 2026. I don't know anybody else's thoughts on it, but I think this is the year. I don't think we're going to get Bigfoot. I think we're going to get the Loch Ness Monster.
I would love that, man.
Yeah.
Godzilla.
The way the world works, that's going to be Godzilla that we found. Like, damn it.
Hey, man, it's unprecedented times. Everything has to be unprecedented and one up the one before it. So I think they're going to find a freaking dinosaur, man, like alive. They're going to be like, this is from like 55 million years ago. It's been alive.
Megalodon, would that be a dinosaur?
True.
I'm telling you, if they find something and they say this thing's prehistoric, that I'm done. Bingo.
All right, I got a question. What if we find out though that it was genetically engineered by some weird scientists that like they wanted to?
No, that's fake dinosaur.
That does not count.
Yeah, no, not something that's been alive for 50 million years. Not
the trench or something.
Yeah.
Now,
and my final.
One, I would punch this one, Mike. They've found what do they call these things? Fossil species or something like that. They thought they were extinct. They should be dead, and then like they dredge one up. It happens. Megalodon shark. There's a creature called the coelacanth that they thought was extinct for millions of years, and then they like all of a sudden actually they're not. They just didn't know where to look for them. It's Bigfoot. I mean, if you want to take a cryptid in general, like compelling evidence, they're out there. You just got to find one. But every time somebody sees one, they don't have the camera in their hand. It's fucking wild.
And my final pick for I is a crypto crash. I think the crypto markets are going to see a good, swift kick in the jimmy here in 2026 if they haven't already. I mean, we're 30 days in and we're damn near bingo already. So
I think that people, not the crypto boys, right? Like these guys are hardcore. They're going to ride it all the way down to zero if they have to. But the average person, I think the average, Walmart shopper has completely lost faith in cryptocurrency. I think at this point, that's my take.
I agree.
I think crypto scares some people more than fiat currency because it's like, okay, so the government says we have this GDP, we make this much production, therefore here's your dollar. And then, Bitcoin, that guy who started it magically lost his algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
His keys
Absolutely. Or whatever, yeah.
Fake. They were like, yo, you know how people think the money's fake? What if we made it even faker, dude? Like to where it's not even like this shit doesn't even exist. And they were like, yo.
Oh, and then they put ATMs for Bitcoin where retirees who don't know better put money in and don't get anything back.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We just busted a bunch of those down here.
It is certainly the most vulnerable form of currency possible. Without electricity, it doesn't exist.
Yeah,
that's true. And we all know how strong our power grid is.
Well, and the fact that some of these people who have lost their keys to it and like they're just out millions of dollars is like that's a big turnoff for me,
Yep.
Yeah, I got a hard enough time remembering passwords as it is.
Exactly.
So
high risk, high gain. I understand that the stakes here, but that's not for me, man. Nah.
I'll dabble in the silver markets or something instead of that. I
dabble in the
something tangible
before I dabble with that. It lose to my face, and it's my own fault.
Hey, you can actually win every blue moon in Vegas. I'm just saying.
No, sir.
It's true. Who B-I, who had N? Was that you, Pete? Okay. All right. Take us through it.
Here we go, y'all.
Take us through it.
Cole. No, you don't get no time tonight.
Cole is the N.
Yeah, Cole is the N.
Okay.
USA, digital ID / currency. So I'm stamping this because now you can only get a digital ID when you renew your driver's license. And you have the little star on your license, on your driver's license that allows you to travel. That is the, what do they call it? Digital ID.
The real ID?
The real ID.
That is a violation of the Geneva Convention, but
that is correct. That is a violation of the Geneva Convention. You're absolutely correct. Real ID to me is digital ID. I could be wrong. Y'all can debate it and correct me if you think so. Because they're forcing everybody to get a real ID.
Yep.
So I actually just renewed my driver's license like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
When I went, I already had what they called way back when it wasn't called a real ID. It was called an enhanced driver's license.
Exactly.
So I had to show a little bit more forms of identification to really verify who you were. And honestly, all I did was hand them my pistol permit, and they were like, "Oh, okay, you don't need anything else. You're good."
That's the same thing I do.
Yes. And they gave me an what do they call it, an enhanced ID, and apparently that allows me into Canada with just my driver's license. You don't need a passport. The same at the southern border. I can get into Mexico with just my driver's license, and some of the islands in like St. Thomas and things like that, the British Virgin Islands or something like that.
Like the territories and whatnot.
Yeah, but when I went in with still having a valid enhanced driver's license, and I told them I needed to renew, I just handed it to them, and they were like, "Okay, read line 10," and you read line 10, and you're good to go. Rubber stamp, and away I go. They printed out and here we go.
Nice.
It was actually really quick. It may be the same thing, just a different name and an older name. I don't know, but you might be right.
Yeah. No, Cole, you don't get no time. Okay, second on my list, cyber attacks, US power grid.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
I think there's a high likelihood of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's someone probing it right now.
Yes. And as we speak, do you know that all of these companies are not liable to say it was a cyber attack or a cyber hack?
They don't know.
For years, they can keep it under wraps for, I think it's up to 5 years before they have to announce, yes, it was a cyber attack.
Conversely,
yes,
they can throw out the cyber attack explanation nearly immediately to explain away deficiencies, malfunctions, incompetence.
Yeah.
In the same way, it's just the first one who calls the cops is right. So when you just come out and you're like, we're dealing, and you just say that that's what's happening and you never back down. That's how you work. So you can use this either way. It's actually real or it's actually not real. But either way, you can use the explanation plausibly because people are like, that must be what it is.
Yep.
They did it.
Right.
The magical them.
Exactly. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. And before the year's over, I believe it's going to happen. Plain and simple. I know you do. I know you understand. You know how to turn on the generator.
And I think it won't be a state actor that does this. At least directly. It's more like I feel like it's going to be some like internet savant who just like finds his way and is like, "What's this?" You know what I mean?
It's going to be deniable.
Why'd you do it, bro? Because I could.
Yeah.
Figured it out, man.
Exactly. It's going to be 100% deniable because, like, Russia wouldn't go or China and hack the U.S. and make it obvious, right?
Or claim responsibility
out of them.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah.
They're not going.
It would start a war.
Yeah, and who knows? It could be us that hack our own grid.
Sure.
In order to kick off WW3 goes hot.
Somebody wants to make $1 billion in the stock market. Go hack the grid, drop a chunk of it. Oh no, short those stocks, and then dump them. And it's all fixed. And somebody walked off with $500 billion. Who the hell knows?
Right. Exactly.
This sounds like Bond movie stuff, but today in 2026, this is plausible and actually, I'm certain occurs.
Yeah.
For every terrible headline, for every drastic thing that happens in the news cycle and in the global world in general, there is somebody making a profit from it. I promise you.
Yep. Exactly.
Gen X Prepper, I see your comment there. Go ahead and throw it out there if you can. We'll talk about it.
So, number 3 on the list. A new global pandemic.
It's already in the works.
Exactly. It's already in the works and getting close.
What's that virus you were talking about before?
The Nipah virus.
Nipah. Yeah.
Does anyone know anything about that? I haven't.
Super high mortality rate, spreading like wildfire.
Where is it the most active right now?
I can't remember.
Okay.
Can't remember, but I know
I've seen a couple alerts on it, and
outbreak.
Unfortunately, I haven't looked into it.
Definitely something they're keeping an eye on because it's super high mortality rate.
Yes.
This would sound to me like some kind of like isolated like African virus. Like I don't know.
Kind of. Scott Hummer says India with a question mark. I think you might be right, Scott.
India is where a lot of this stuff starts. It's super populated. So a lot of these viruses, unfortunately, start in India and China, and it has to do with the density of population.
Yeah, they're so close quarters.
Yeah, it is India.
It is okay.
Yeah.
Now, Mike described it as burning like wildfire. Would you look it up? What are we looking at here? I never heard of this.
Japan has the Nippon virus. Let me hang on one second, Livingston man. I'll actually look it up for you right now.
So I just put some stuff in the chat for everybody. It's zoonotic in nature, causes fatal illness. It gives you the class. It's saying high fatality, 40 to 75, depending on where you are. You know, I guess if you have a good hospital, clean water, and you contract it, you're on the lower end of risk versus like, you know.
So it's actually it's called the Nipah virus, NIPAH virus. It comes from
and what's its scope?
Comes from a bat. It is now in Pakistan as well.
Not the freaking wet bat food market bullshit.
Yeah.
Here we fucking go.
We'll have to bust him out of retirement and have to listen to
Turns out it was a weapon that got loose. Oh, not again.
My fear with the pandemic thing, and I agree with you here, Trent, that this is one of the ones that I've always felt like, even before C-19 happened and whatnot, I always felt like this was going to be like one of those things that we were going to see in our lifetime. Now, my fear is after C-19, because of the way everything got handled and whatnot, that when we do get a super virus, nobody's going to take it seriously.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a problem.
It's going to be way worse than it has to be, because a lot of people are going to be like, they don't know what they're talking about. Look what they did last time.
Right. Well,
okay. Hey, yo, as preppers,
check Sarge's Mira safety link. Get a gas mask today.
and go to Sarge's Jace case if he Jace
definitely get those antibiotics and the antiviral.
Antibiotic for the win.
Do it.
With that being said, you guys, what if as preppers and advice givers to people who genuinely want to see people like prepared for something like this, like you just talked about crying wolf. Does any of us ever feel like perhaps your message will go unheeded? Like me and Mike said, we all gonna die Wednesday, Hunter, for 3 years straight. We ain't died yet.
Yep.
What if like we're like, no, dude, we're actually gonna die. What they're gonna do is sit there with their popcorn and laugh because we just said that shit for 3 years.
Yeah. No, definitely. And I see that sometimes on the Facebook forums. Mike, you've probably seen it too, because we're in some of the same ones. People will say, every once in a while you get a post like, what's the point of all this? I've been prepping for 3 years and nothing ever happened. You're not thinking about this right. It's a lifestyle. It's not, you can't think of it like a
preparing for. They don't like advertise, nuclear war. It's not like Fallout.
Coming soon.
It's going to start the war in 20 days, That's not how
I think that's got a lot to do with it too, man. There's in my opinion, there's two kinds of preppers. There's your everyday preparedness minded individuals who put some things back and have a window of opportunity to procure more stuff should they need to right away, right? Like I know everybody on this panel and probably everybody in the chat, if you kind of knew something like that was coming, you'd press buy on that pallet of freeze-dried food you got in your Amazon cart, because if you don't have a pallet of freeze-dried food in your Amazon cart, you're living wrong. Just saying. It's just there for emergencies. And, at some point, I believe that there will come a time where you max the plastic or wish you had. I intend to be one of those folks who max the plastic and don't wish I had. If I have to pay that stuff off down the road, I will. I know it's a gamble, but I'm not going to push that button unless it's like, it's not looking good. The last delivery I'm going to get is going to be 3 years supply of freeze-dried food delivered to my front door in that freaking Amazon truck. All right. Be prepared. Right, because this could happen at any time. Any of these things on this board, realistically, could happen at any time in 2026.
You could get laid off. You could have a car accident.
Did it?
And guess what? You have 3 weeks of food in the house. Now your spouse doesn't have to run to the grocery store to cook for the kids every night while you're recovering.
Well, it was more than 3 weeks, Pete. I'll tell you that.
But I'm just saying,
the preps saw me through the job loss. In all honesty.
Well, there's a great example. But saying generically speaking, even if someone's starting and they're like, oh, I only have 3 weeks of food. Hey, you get laid off, dude. You can save some money.
Oh yeah.
You know, that absolutely. It's not just for the big bad things we got on the bingo card. It's for stuff that happens every day to people like us.
And for everybody in the audience or who watches this later on replay, if you have 3 weeks of food, just know that you're better off than 95% of the country right now.
Yeah. I was gonna say that. It's like, actually, you got 21 days, man. Heck yeah. Like that's a good place to start from, or at least something to aspire to. I know some folks are out here, homesteaders, you know, if you're doing it right, you're set for life. And the golden standard is what, 3 months maybe of like,
I would say so.
Supply. So, I mean, if you got 3 weeks, especially for a personal tribulation rather than like some national or global thing, you're probably going to be all right. And you're doing so much better than like everybody else. Dude, I don't have fucking 3 weeks of fresh groceries in my house right now. I got like, you know, but I do have stuff prepped that like, it's not I'm not reaching for that for a wholesome dinner tonight, but I'll be okay. That's all you're trying to do, man. Survive first. If you can thrive, strive for that. I'm a poet and didn't know it, but yeah, for real, like start small, do what you can, and keep the future in mind, because if you don't keep the future in mind, what are you even thinking about?
Correct.
Yeah. By the way, there's great chat going on. I just want to say we are following it as we go here too. Just to keep the flow going. I haven't been putting a lot of stuff up.
I can't read, so you guys have to tell me what they're saying.
Yeah, and don't forget to enter in the giveaway tonight. Bingo in Bingo 2026, all caps.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to
get you into running.
After Trent's done with his, I'm gonna cut it off because I gotta.
That's right.
I just don't want people to pop in at the last second and be like, "Hey, I didn't know there was a giveaway. How do I get in on this?"
Yeah. So, number 5, fake alien invasion for a one world government.
So you're talking about like Project Bluebeam kind of thing?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's talk about this in case anyone doesn't know.
Okay.
What's Project Bluebeam?
At the short, and you can give the details. We're talking a man-made craft and or holographic image that will be seen around the world, and governments of the world will come together and say we are being attacked by a force outside of our universe, and we all need to band together to combat this.
Yeah. So in other words, like, and they could do anything, right? They could do So Project Bluebeam supposedly exists. I believe it exists, where they can create a giant holographic projection. Like basically anyone within city range would be able to see this thing. Okay. And they could do anything. They could do a spaceship. They could do face of God. Right? People would freak out. And if it's realistic looking, people would freak out. And then you could do whatever. You could control things, right? Like you could do martial law. We have to confiscate all the gold because we needed to make a weapon to fight these things. Like,
I remember, man, it was probably a decade ago. I saw a video of people recording projections in China. There was a city in the sky, and they had projected this whole entire cityscape in like the clouds on a misty morning. So the possibility is there 100%. They can project whatever they want, wherever they want to project it, and probably make you hear funny noises too. So who knows, man? It possible, plausible, and on the radar.
Yeah.
And there's videos on YouTube. You can find it. It's still out there of that city that just like magically appeared in the sky. It was really weird.
Right.
Yeah.
So what was the outtake of all the things flying around in the air in New Jersey?
What was it? Trump came on. Once after he got elected, they asked him what the things were in New Jersey, and he said that they were top secret research or something like that, and that was the end of it. Never spoke about it again and walked away.
Yeah, to be fair, supposedly it was our drones, some kind of new drones that they were testing. They had permission to do it, and it was. I mean, I did a stream about that last year, and it was pretty close to what I said I thought it was, which was basically
same here.
Contractor.
Yeah. And keep in mind, like back in, remember the 50s and 60s, Area 51 and all these, spaceships, and it may well have been the early variations of the Flying Wing and the B-21, and those old now we watch them in black and white on YouTube, and we're like, oh, that's a pretty funky looking airplane. At the time, people were used to P-47s and B-17s, and there goes a quadrilateral running through the sky, and they're like, yeah, oh hell no, that was a spaceship,
Right.
So it wouldn't be the first time the government was playing with new toys and scared the crap out of the public.
Exactly.
And then factor in the Majestic 12, where one of them was a disinformation specialist, a sort of Alex Jones of the 50s. This guy's job was to be like, nah, it's aliens, be that fringe, to make to skew the public's version of what they could perceive as truth, because in this way, the Soviets couldn't understand that actually maybe these were like secret aircraft, or was it aliens? They were willing to lie either way to make sure that these secrets didn't get out. So whichever one you're feeling, it's the government. They had people paid to say that. They had another guy they were paying to say it's aliens, bro. Whenever you see advanced aircraft in the sky, I promise you it's the United States. It's our thing. American air power is the thing.
Yeah.
Do you think the Booga sphere is American tech?
I don't even know what that is.
The Booga sphere.
It's a metal object that they found in Booga, in Colombia in the desert, and they brought it to the scientists, and it's starting to weigh more, and it's aluminum. It looks like it's got a microchip etched on the top of it.
That orb.
Yeah. The big metal ball.
Somebody's like Uber drone. And
I'm telling you, it's
their VR goggles failed, and they're like, "Shit, I lost the Super Bowl."
Right? Yeah.
Dad's gonna be so mad.
Don't tell the colonel.
There's the old saying that significantly advanced technology presented to a person with no concept of it, it will be perceived as either magic or from somewhere else.
Yeah. That's true.
I believe there was aliens, and this is a whole nother podcast, but I think the things we see in the sky today, that's us.
Yep.
I agree.
Yeah.
And what usually military Air Force people will say, like, so what's our most advanced jet right now? The F-22? That's one of them, right?
Yeah, F-22, F-35. They're both, anything vertical takeoff that can just stop and hover is kind of wild.
It's the Aurora spycraft is the top one. You don't know what that is. It's the Aurora.
Yeah. So supposedly whatever we see that's like, that's public knowledge. Yeah. We have stuff that's 15 years advanced beyond that.
Exactly.
That
you have to maintain that lie. You cannot talk about super duper secret. You have to, because otherwise, if your adversaries even comprehend your radical and new extreme ideas in this field, you're at a loss now. You have to maintain that supremacy. And like you said, if they show you something today and call it brand new, that's 25 years old.
Oh yeah, the Dark Star. The Dark Star was that's a very old aircraft. Yeah.
Right. So Dark Star was the predecessor to the Aurora that I mentioned. Like what you think Dark Star Aurora is the new one that they already have a new one of, but we're allowed to know about Aurora, sort of.
Remember, everyone was freaking out about hypersonic drones and missiles like a year, 2 years ago, something like that.
Yep.
When we did undergrad, we were doing concept hypersonics, and we were playing with the materials and strips, and it was like the weight of this mouse pad, and I could stand on it and jump if you made the right shape. And we were playing with that 30 years ago. I'm sad to date myself, but yeah. And we had hypersonic concepts and little models in the wind tunnels and everything, but we thought it was just cool shit because
well, maybe you firearms guys, the big myth, the big milestone to try to get by with firearms has always been breaking that 5,000 feet per second muzzle velocity. When you're talking hypersonic weapons, that means faster than sound, which now you're pushing to 720 miles per hour at muzzle velocity and maintaining it. These weapons don't need explosives or anything. Their kinetic energy alone is enough.
Oh yeah,
to work. So again, anything significantly advanced will always appear to be like, it's why we still debate whether like aliens built the pyramids, as if the Egyptians couldn't simply stack one fucking stone atop another. Like it was hard, but the concept actually is not that fucking difficult. Like, we take all these rocks and go put them on top of the, and it's an insult to the human race to think that we always need aliens or some outside influence to dictate progress. It's us, man. We did that.
Apparently, looking at the chat, LA's got quite the little party going on the streets right now.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Okay, last but not least, for my 2026 apocalypse bingo, terrorist attacks across the U.S. of A.
Similar to the one I had with the sleeper cells, you mean?
Yes, sir.
Similar to that? Yeah.
Same thing. But, how many have been caught before they got to do anything? How many have they caught and did not say anything? That's my thing. I'm listening to what I do not hear.
Well, so some of the channels, and I don't mean YouTube channels, I mean like information channels, are saying that with the ICE raids, they think they got some of these sleeper cells. The problem there, though, is that they're so compartmentalized. Like each sleeper cell doesn't know where the other ones are. So even if they squeezed them in some black site, like they're waterboarding them or whatever, they don't have the information to even give. So, did we get them all? Probably not.
Right. No clue.
No clue.
So those are my 2026 apocalypse bingo predictions. And all of them are on the table.
I would stamp terrorist attacks across the USA if I wanted to take the information I'm given from official channels at face value. Every attempt to obstruct or otherwise protest the current situation tends to get labeled as a terrorist activity, and they also do be throwing out that domestic terrorist label very liberally. When back in my day, and I don't want to use like a bunch of loaded language here, but like back in my day, domestic terrorism meant like Timothy McVeigh.
Yeah,
not some chicken or car. All right, but definitions change over time. Terrorist attacks across USA. Okay, official line says, yeah, that's happening, dude. I'll click that button.
They have actually redefined terrorism. If you look up the new definition of it, let me see if I can find it real quick.
It always used to be using acts of violence or intimidation
for political means, but
have they changed it?
Well, no, but what they've done is they've fine-tuned, they've honed that edge, and they have narrowed it down to
because there's there is some subjectivity to that, right? So like obviously if you go on a rooftop and you shoot at agents, I would consider that domestic terrorism. If you go up, you kick out a headlight or a tail light, I don't know that I would call that. It's an object,
Yeah.
not a person.
So the new definition, the unlawful use of violence and intimidation, especially against civilians in the pursuit of political aims.
Right.
So it's not just violence or intimidation, the threat of it, or the like riling up a crowd that can be considered an act of terrorism.
And I can see where that came from when you think of people phoning in bomb threats to schools.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that would be considered, it's a threat. You may not have an explosive device anywhere, but you said you did. And because of that, now the school has been evacuated, and there are risks and costs involved in that. So
and there are it says here there are agency specific definitions as well.
Wow.
Really?
The FBI defines terrorism as the unlawful use of force and violence for political or social objectives. The DoD focuses on the unlawful use or threats of violence to instill fear and coerce governments or societies, typically for religious, political, or ideological beliefs. And the State Department references the definition involving premeditated, politically motivated violence against non-combatant targets by subnational groups or clandestine agents.
I would consider that one the most accurate as to my understanding and traditional view of what a terrorist is.
Mm-hmm.
The other two seem a little arbitrary and can be stretched and applied very broadly.
Yes, the threat of potential violence. That's a pretty broad brush to paint with, in my opinion.
So if not that I would do this, but if I destroy a police car that's unoccupied, is that considered violence or vandalism?
Vandalism for sure.
Vandalism.
Occupied or not, but
under this language, well, you also call it the destruction of public property, arson.
Right, but what I'm asking is, for the definition of terrorism, we said violence, right?
Mm-hmm.
So would that qualify?
What is violence? What did the car feel? Did the car feel pain? Did it suffer?
Right.
It felt a quarter panel dent.
Well,
I bet it even made a noise.
Now, philosophically, this turns into what is violence.
Yeah, it does.
Because wouldn't that, like, if I burn someone's car, I mean, that's not a nice thing, but that's more, I guess, destruction of property. Yeah, I see what you're saying. As opposed to I go to some guy, pull him out of his car and beat him like they did in the LA riots.
And we would all say that that's violence, right?
The threat of violence. You don't even have to. All you have to do is say, "I'll drag you out of your car." Well, there you go. Now you're a domestic terrorist, right?
That's going to be at odds in Texas because we still have mutual combat on the books.
That's awesome. Passing traffic, Mike.
Like,
yeah,
you can literally go to another person in Texas if they're like running their mouth and say, "I'm sorry, would you like to engage in mutual combat?" And if the person accepts, you basically go after it. You have to be non-lethal, and when one person retreats, is rendered unconscious, or yields, the fight is over. And the police cannot charge you for the fighting. If you whip out nunchucks and beat each other, they might get you on the nunchuck charge. But if you go fists, it's
all scores should be settled in Texas.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
Fisticuffs.
It revolves around consent. Love that.
It is consent. So if you go and say, "Are you inviting me to mutual combat?" and they're like, "No, I just think you're an asshole." Well, then that's not mutual combat. But if they say, "Yes, I did," and you clock
somebody to a duel.
Yes.
You can't be lethal. But if you took like broomsticks and beat each other until someone ran away or fell down, then technically mutual combat.
Texas has codified like beef. Like, yo, step. He's like, bet.
It is a legal definition of settling beef.
Wow.
That's awesome.
And it's still on the books. And I saw it happen in a San Antonio newscast. And they charged them both because they were publicly drunk as skunks. So they both got charged with the public drunkenness and got thrown in the drunk tank for the night. But they didn't charge them for the fight because someone recorded the two of them agreeing to a fist fight. And then they went after it.
That is justice. That is true justice being served. A judge looked at the evidence and said, here's what happened. You were both drunk, sleep it off. Enough is enough. We don't need to send people to prison. We don't need probation. We don't need all this government apparatus because a fist fight occurred and two dudes were drunk.
They got the weekend in jail and like a $200 fine for being dumb. And basically that was it.
That's justice.
Apparently they didn't remember why they were fighting, which I think the judge may have given him the $200 for wasting his time. Like, seriously, you didn't, like, nobody cheated on someone or anything. You just.
That's great.
What happens if one person doesn't consent to it? Then you can't.
Well, then that technically is not mutual combat. There has to be a consent between the two.
Okay.
That we will have basically a fist duel or beat each other with sticks or whatever. I don't remember the caveats, but it has to
come at me, bro. Okay.
So if you, but
here we go.
There's verbiage. There's a specific language that you have to tell the person, are you inviting me to mutual combat? And one guy had a video and he asked the other guy and the guy's like, I don't know what that is. And then the guy got confused. It's like, I don't know what this combat is. And he just walked off. Like, he didn't understand. I'm like, well, fight's over now.
They need to, like, put forms out on the, on the internet for freely accessible to people. Like, okay, do you sign this form that says you consent? You waive all
I feel like that would diffuse, like, the whole fight. Like, it's like you're all pissed off and then all this paperwork happens and you're like, you know what? Fuck it.
I'll fill it out, but I'm not signing it.
You agree to the terms and service. You got to scroll all the way to the bottom before you can fucking click like, yeah, just give me this shit.
That's awesome.
What year were you born? You're like, wow, let me just keep scrolling here.
Good stuff. I'm surprised the lawyers haven't jumped on that, actually.
Exactly.
Pete, I think we're on. I think we're on to the roaming preppers picks for Apocalypse Bingo.
That was
2026.
Letter G.
Okay, so
gentlemen, give me 1 second. I got to step away. I will be right back. Yes. Don't worry about me.
So the first one, housing market correction of at least 10%. I would argue that's happened in a bunch of places.
Absolutely.
Not just Texas, Austin, New York. LA. I know San Francisco's got some silly pricing. But yeah, there were, when Rona happened and everyone went to remote work and then companies wanted it back, but they weren't building more homes at the time. And now you have all these young folks coming into the market. They can't afford anything and there are not enough homes anyway. So in some places, the cost of living went way up too much. It got overinflated. And then people said, forget it. I can't afford to live here anymore. And they crashed. I think Austin is 22% right now. I don't know about New York City. Mike have more insight on that.
Pretty close to it, I would say. The prices are definitely starting to stabilize. They were wild there for a while, so it's nice to see some stability, I guess. Prices are still high, but it's not 500,000. People are in the 450s now, and happy to get it. I have a friend who just sold a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home for $370. So I would say your 10% number is right, and I would say maybe even higher, maybe 15 to 20% correction on the housing market, because the prices were just so overinflated.
It went too high too fast.
It went too high too fast. Yeah.
What happened to us here in the Hudson Valley was when the Wu flu hit, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody who had money in the city was trying to get out, and the only way to get out was to buy something upstate, take a train up to the nearest station, and then take an Uber to a dealership, buy yourself a car, and go visit your new house you just bought. Right, because a lot of city folks don't even have cars because mass transit is the way, right? The subways, the buses, the bicycles. A lot of city folks don't have cars, believe it or not. It boggles people's mind, but in dealing with the NYC Prepper Network and Angry, and we did some events together once upon a time. And folks would ask me, how am I supposed to get there? You know, how am I supposed to get to upstate New York to get to this event? And I was like, well, if you haven't thought about how to get off the island of Manhattan, I'm sorry, but I don't think this is the weekend for you. No offense.
Yeah,
no offense. Let's prioritize here and just figure out how you're going to get off the island first.
Yeah.
But I digress. I think big correction for sure. For sure.
Big correction.
And I don't think no matter what they do, New York City will never be a 15-minute city. It'll be like an hour and 15.
Totally.
You can't go anywhere. I don't care how, if the trains are still
or
working.
it may just become a federalized prison.
Wall it off.
Yep.
They made a movie about that.
Exactly.
The second one I had, martial law in a U.S. city, and man, we were close. I was. They're gonna put the hammer down in Minnesota.
Yep.
But then everyone kind of realized that was getting out of hand, and they sent Tom home in there, and he actually sat over coffee with people. So,
what do you think? Which cities are most likely candidates for this?
Blue sanctuary cities, without question.
Minneapolis, Portland, Seattle.
Yep.
I would like to add to Livingston's point. I would say the sanctuary cities within sanctuary states. Because Austin decided to be a sanctuary city, and the governor said, "Hold my beer," and brought the state troopers in, and they had jurisdiction anyway. So if the governor says, "Yeah, no, we're not doing that. That's silly," they can overrule it. But yeah, if you have where the state, like you guys in New York, the state and the city are on the same page, at least in general, or the governor, I should say, and the city are on the same page, it makes it worse, I think.
Today, Kathy Hochul announced that local police departments will not be helping ICE. It's their job. They are not going to be monopolizing local police departments to do the federal government's duties. That was her stance on it, and she said no. So
how about
that? It's not their job.
How about here in the South, Atlanta? When things get spicy in the country, Atlanta gets spicy. And it's a very interesting situation because Atlanta is very blue, but the state is very red.
Yep.
That could get very interesting.
That could. I
That
hadn't even thought of Atlanta.
For whatever reason, it seems that population centers tend to be blue.
Yeah.
There are, of course, exceptions, but population center, and like you get the blue or the /red island effect. That's what New York is, and somebody said that. You have your little blue pockets, and they also tend to be the population density dark zones. So they tend to speak louder than their territorial population would look like, but it's the actual numbers. Yeah, Albany, Rochester, Buffalo, and south of Westchester gets to speak for all the rest of it, because here's the thing, it's population density. Land doesn't vote. You see these maps where it's like, oh, look, these little blue people get to tell all these other people what to do. It's like, yeah, because that red thing, that's like 8,000 acres of cornfield, dude, and that shit don't have a license to vote. It's corn is not a citizen, dog. All right.
That's my emotional support corn, okay?
Yeah, you know what? It's an ally in the fight, okay?
I think one to watch, put on your radar, that a lot of people aren't talking about is Portland, but not Oregon, Portland, Maine. There's a lot of anti-ICE protests going on in Portland, Maine. It's a very blue island in a red state. So keep your eyes on Portland, Maine.
Interesting. So number 3 was, and if I pronounce this right, Oumuamua was actually a probe for 3I Atlas, because for whatever reason, when we did this, we had these 2 really weird asteroids come blazing through the solar system. And that was my fun one. That would be really bad if that one actually turned out to be.
What happened to I3 Atlas?
as it was flying away and they were taking pictures of it, it looked as if it had 3 rockets pushing it away from Earth, right? And then they came up with some composite images, and I am not going to share them here because it'll probably get Sarge's channel banned, but they are very phallic-looking objects. It looks like a giant floating rock effigy. I swear. You guys can look them up for yourselves, but I think they made a mockery of it right at the end, and I wonder if they did it on purpose, you know. Let's give them a composite rendering of this thing and tell them it looks like a giant wiener, you know.
The elongated wiener looking asteroids, because both of them were like that, weren't they?
Yeah.
And Atlas. Like, where did those come from? That was different.
So they're the 3, right, is because it's only the 3rd object from outside of the solar system that we've confirmed. Is that correct?
I believe so.
There's probably been way more, but that's the 3rd one that we've confirmed, is what I understand.
Yeah, and I think the Atlas is actually the camera that caught it. Right. It actually there's a bunch of numbers after it that make up what it is.
Yeah. So we've only seen 3, or that we know of. We've only seen 3 of these objects. We don't have a lot of data to go on like what they're supposed to be shaped like, what they're supposed to look like. But they said this thing was weird. It had a lot of weird characteristics to it that they surprised our scientists. Let's say it that way.
Yeah. Yeah. It activated the Interstellar Defense Force or something like that. NASA and a couple other companies get together, and I guess if something's threatening Earth, they'll all join together to figure out a solution to it. And I guess
what you just called it?
Well, it was kind of. But it a bunch of people get together, and great exercise. You know, we've got this thing coming in. It's not a threat to Earth. What do we do if it is a threat to Earth? You know, how do we proceed forward if this thing could potentially hit something that's going to hit us or impact us? What could we do to defend the planet against something like this? So it's a great exercise for them actually having this thing come through the solar system and say, what would we do if?
Think about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically,
We got a big Johnson, complete with 2 balls. Fire our rockets at it. Got wieners. $2.
Spaceballs references are not.
Somebody get the mustard.
I'm telling you.
I'm surrounded by assholes. Keep firing, assholes.
I knew it didn't have aliens when they started telling us it might have aliens on it, because they wouldn't tell us, you know.
Right. Right.
Yeah, that was interesting for sure. Okay, so number 4 for me, I was expecting a European nation to go down the toilet, and I was at that time looking at France and Germany because they were pissed, and then the UK started having riots and burning down the hotels with the immigrants. Ireland in particular was very upset. Because
they still are.
They took a town of 8,000 people and put 700 men of military age men in some compound, and they immediately had issues, you know, and then there was fighting, and then they burned the facility down.
Okay, hold on. So, you know, we've got, if you go on Twitter or TikTok, you've got all these people who are saying, I'm leaving the country because I don't like the United States. I don't like how we treat people, right?
Whoever,
so you're telling me that all around the world, same song? Really?
Yeah.
Pretty much, right?
Yep.
But did those people leave the country?
Yeah.
No. Hell no.
It didn't. What's her name?
Rosie?
Yeah.
No, not Rosie. The other with her girlfriend.
Ellen.
Ellen. Thank you.
Yeah.
Didn't she leave and now she wants to come back?
Because all of a sudden they take all your money and in European countries, like, good luck. You pay 90% of your income in taxes. That's why the Beatles filed their business shit here in America, straight up. And that's still the thing. Everybody loves America for the money, but as soon as you get the, you know, the American experience, it's like, well, I want my cake and I want to eat it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's not a defense of the American lifestyle. It's just as much an indictment of it. But yeah, like you said, all these people are, I'm going to flee the country. Well, I don't like the way things are going. I'm leaving. Well, why don't you check your privilege, bro? That's real cool that you can jump on the private yacht and just be out.
Right.
No
kidding. The roaming prepper, I got to be honest with you, we're only 30 days in, and you got time, bro. You got time.
Quite a few.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, overall, in aggregate, we've got a lot on this card already.
Absolutely.
The last one, and I should have better defined it, was the energy sector crash. But on the one hand, prices went down by from 75, we're in 80s, 70s, now we're in the 50, 60 range.
Mm-hmm.
So technically more than 10% is a crash, but now like we're going into Venezuela to help them
send us their oil. Yeah.
Or send it wherever we're sending it, and we're gonna get a
I framed it as helping them. I like
we will take all the oil. From all
that really did it really crash?
And your rare earth minerals, we'll take those too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. But I was talking like the energy side. Like I was thinking, you know, something serious where we'd have gas lines. And in reality, like the price went down, so the market crashed, but
not in the way you thought.
Right. The price crashed, not the actual market. So I don't know. That's kind of like
this is coming, Pete. I don't know if it'll be this year, but I think it's coming because with these data center build-outs for the AI, the drain on the grid, and you know, I know they we're going to build nuclear power plants and all these other things, and yeah, they will. But I think the balance of that with these AI data centers is going to we're going to see brownouts in spots that never had brownouts before.
I agree.
Like that.
Yeah, the price of electricity in New York State is set to jump big time. And I don't know how folks on fixed incomes are going to do it. And my heart goes out to them. And I hope they figure something out, man, because it's crazy. Folks shouldn't be getting $1,200 electric bills for their 2-bedroom apartments. It's outrageous. It's not sustainable.
No,
not here, not for the upstate folks. We're ruled by the city folks, and they just do not realize that the businesses around here don't pay like that, right? The customers around here don't pay like that. This is not Manhattan.
Yep.
You guys, I got to tell you that Donald Howe is here, and he's already calling bingo. He's
yeah.
Exactly.
We might have it. We might have it.
So far, I definitely have 3 checked off for sure.
Yep.
And a couple questionable.
Yeah. A couple with 1 line through them. I haven't put the full X yet.
Like, can you elaborate? Because I feel like I would hit this one. Like, you know, so we got a bunch here. Yeah. And the fact that there's more than one, the fact that anyone can take a list that this would seem outrageous. And yet when you start picking into it and talking about like the issues behind just, you know, World War III goes hot, like, yeah, they come out loud. But when you discuss the semantics and the context of it, you're like, actually, bro, I might just be clicking this now. You ever heard the thing like, it's if I had $1 for every time some weird shit happened, I'd have $2, but it's weird that it happened twice. Here we are with 3 or more.
Livingston, man, we have come full circle to your picks, my friend. And you were the very first one to actually get one of these checked off, credible, donezo. Done, as stated, done. So let's go through your thought process one more time here.
All right. Confronted with this, I sat on it, not only because I wanted to really think it through and do something that I thought wasn't just going to be some typical Livingston man bullshit. Sometimes I do take this shit seriously. I purposely didn't watch the videos that the other guys did because I didn't want my train of thought to be like derailed by, oh man, like, yeah, they already said what I was thinking, and like have to think up something else that I wasn't so passionate about. And I also didn't want to step on anybody else's toes. Like, oh shit, like, all right, well, he made that point better than me, so whatever. So I just went into this blind and I just spouted off at the mouth like freestyle about some shit I thought would happen. I'm gonna need you to put that list back on the screen because I forgot when I said
it, brother.
Thank you. So impeachment of Trump is like a fucking given. Like, if you're Donald Trump, you're getting impeached. It's just how we do things here. 2, why not? Let's get to 3. Let's do it. But I had to temper this with the idea that a new Congress is capable of doing this unless, now here goes your ultra mega like 2x bonus bingo card, as if somehow the Republican controlled Congress says enough is enough and we're going to impeach him anyway. That'd be some real 2x, like you actually win if that happens. But otherwise, this one's moot because a new Congress wouldn't be actually sworn in until 2027. So technically, it can't happen in 2026. But impeach Trump, you know they're going to do it, given the chance. If they're given the chance, it will happen. 2, invade Venezuela. There was a lot of rhetoric at the time about it. Loud, and I was like, yeah, you're probably gonna fucking do it, man. Yeah, and like literally 3 days after I said it, we was in there, stole their dude, put him in jail with Diddy. He's all lubed up now, slippery, sweating. Diddy looking at him like
he's an official sponsor for Johnson & Johnson baby oil now.
Honestly, like they just doing things to him in there. But here's where we get a little more alarming. I decided to do these in order of what I thought was most probable to least probable. So most probable, given the slightest chance they will impeach Trump. We already invaded Venezuela. Now invade. Okay. We still ran up in there, violated their sovereignty, stole their fucking president, and was like, we run the place now. Invasion? I don't know. Regime change? Absolutely. Language different. Same thing happened. No more cash.
Wait, can we go back to Chew for a second?
Let's.
Venezuela. I'm going to throw this out there. I have no proof. I have nobody's given me intel or anything like that. Delcy Rodriguez, is that her name? Who's the acting president right now?
Yes.
Yeah. I think this is just a theory. Again, nobody's fed me information on this one or anything like that. I think that our CIA or one of our branches had made arrangements with her in advance of like, this is going to happen. There's nothing you can do to stop it. And you're going to work for us. Otherwise, I think they would have taken her too.
Yep.
Yeah. There were news reports where they said someone very close to Maduro was helping the government. And they said within his circle. So it could be her for sure, or somebody around her.
And when she goes on and she tries to like play this like, oh, we're going to fight the United States or whatever, I think she has to, she has to make statements and stuff like that, or else like,
Oh yeah, the cartels would eat her alive.
Yeah, it looks really bad for her, but I think that she's in the pocket of the United States, and that's just a theory.
Do you want to go to prison with Diddy too?
I do have stock in Johnson & Johnson.
I believe that, and CIA involvement in Latin America and South America is not a myth at all whatsoever. Like the CIA been running that place for a long time, better or worse.
Yeah. Yep.
No more cash. You already see it.
No more pennies for sure.
The penny is gone and the nickel is on the way.
Nickel will be
and
gone.
When you, not just you, but the poor like old bastard in front of you, like you got your stuff on the conveyor belt to grocery store. And you're like, oh my god, he's paying with cash. They're reaching into their wallet and they're like counting the change. You're like, oh my god, couldn't this? I wish you start wishing that you had like a mark of the beast in your forehead that just scanned your shit, so you didn't have to deal with all this inconvenience. They will use that to leverage this idea, no more cash. It's already the thing, whether it's Venmo, Zelle, your debit card, or whatever, like the most convenient way to get your stuff, get in and get out. That's already here, but I think they're there simply won't be cash. Like they will slowly phase that out. Now we think of two different forms of currency: cash, paper, and change, metal. I got another thing about the metal, but the first thing they'll sort of take away is the paper. You don't need it. It's inconvenient. It's so much faster to swipe the card, be controlled. It's all digital anyway. You got your direct deposit, your Zelle, your Venmo, all this. Anyway, we're already on our way there.
You don't think they'll go like full on CBDC, or you think that's later?
What you talking about?
Central bank
CBD, that weird fake weed shit?
Yeah.
It's like basically think of like a cryptocurrency, but it's owned and monitored and manipulated by the US government.
Digital dollar.
Digital dollar.
Yeah.
Well, sure. I guess now you're talking into like more of like leaning into a crypto thing, but yes, I'll go there. Like no more cash, physical, like paper that means something. They'll phase that out. There'll be no need for it in this ultra connected society is all. And all you want to do is be fast and be quick. I think you won't even need a card anymore. I think what it will turn into, and Amazon has already piloted this, is they scan your face with extreme surveillance measures in the Whole Foods, but you can just go in there, grab what you want, put it in your cart, and because of the level of surveillance, it knows who you are, what you have purchased, and simply bills you when you leave. There is no communication. There is no checkout. Is this convenient? Absolutely. But again, here is a system that relies exclusively on massive connectivity and an infallible electrical grid, neither of which we have.
So Donald says he can't buy weed with digital currency. That's the point. They don't want you to be able to do any transactions that they don't approve of. Or,
you can grow it without it, though.
That's the
they want to track and trace every penny you spend.
Absolutely.
In New York State, you actually can buy weed with digital currency. They've already figured that one out. They've got weed shops here that you just take your bank card in and out you go. You don't necessarily need cash. So
sure. The only barrier here is that credit card, major credit card companies will not fund the purchase, but you can use the debit against your bank account, but you can't apply it as credit because it's a federal thing. But yeah, you can purchase weed legally in New York State with either your debit card linked directly to your bank account or cash straight up, or as Mike said, with cryptocurrency.
There's a lot of
there would be no more like me saying to Mike, hey, will you come over and tile my bathroom and I'm going to pay you in cash.
Yep, that's what they want to end, the black market.
Like that. They do not like transactions that they can't monitor.
Well, they want their cut. This is the reason prostitution is illegal. It's not about like
you're not wrong.
Absolutely, it's not about women's rights. It never was. It's about they want their fucking cut.
Mm-hmm.
And it, to put it bluntly, that's the same bracket. All they want is their cut, and what they want to do is make it impossible for you to deny them said cut.
Yeah. So how they gonna get their cut from our premium blend? Because they're not.
Oh well, they're gonna get cut if that's. They can become the premium blend. Is how they gonna get.
Okay.
And Ohio Valley Prepping says silver dropped today. We were talking about that backstage.
Yeah.
When it gets to this point, Livingston man, do you think they'll also like try to either confiscate or villainize gold and silver, which would potentially be a black market currency?
To my next point, they'll nationalize the gold and or I'll evolve this to the precious metal supply. You already see how apparently desperate nations and world leaders are to secure and acquire rare earths and precious metals. Wait till they find out like you got some you're sitting on, and there will be a scramble for it, especially as these resources become rarer and rarer.
Well, you saw what happened to mine, right? I did a video about it.
Please elaborate.
So in the video, it's AI, of course. The authorities show up at my door and they said, "Sarge, we're here to confiscate your gold. We can show you the paperwork." And I said, "Well, I'm sorry, guys. I've given all my gold to homeless guys in the city." And then the homeless guys traded it to prostitutes for fun. And then the prostitutes gave it to the drug dealers. So good luck. Go find it.
How you like your trickle down economics now, you bastard?
I can show you where the drug dealers live if you want to try to go, you know.
I love it. And not only is nationalizing the gold thing, it's not unprecedented. It was done once. FDR did this. They nationalized the gold and they put good pressure on people. They bought it back at something like a fair market price. And then once they had enough of it to where they could influence it, they devalued it and screwed everybody else over that hoarded it. All right. That's not even unheard of. They literally did that before. And if they get desperate enough, they'll do it again. I don't know that they're going to come door to door, give us your gold, fuck away from me. Do I look like I have gold? But there are people that do. And there are other things you can buy gold online where you own it, but you don't actually have it. Mm-hmm. That whatever that stuff is, you know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. You own a share in a pile of gold, but you don't actually have it in your house. That's just going to be completely worthless if you're one of those people. I hate to break it to you, but if you're paying for something that you can't hold in your hand, that's wild. They'll nationalize the gold, and when they do, they'll revalue it. They will manipulate the currency, and they will attempt to stabilize the markets. Because if they're doing this at this point, we already got no more cash, and now they're stealing everybody's gold, potentially by coercion or force.
They tell people to turn in their official gold and silver coins during the Great Depression, and that's why a lot of people converted them to jewelry back in the day.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep.
And I love that point, Pete. And I read this today. Women in the old aristocratic days, the late 1800s, the early 1900s, they had gaudy jewelry and diamonds and platinum. Thing wow, can't believe this woman be wearing a piece of jewelry like that. And then I realized that women in America weren't allowed to have credit cards until 1978. Did you know that?
Yep, that's true. 78.
Women needed jewelry like this. If they were ever caught in a precarious position, they would need currency. They weren't allowed to own land. They weren't allowed to vote. And they weren't allowed to have a line of credit. That ring that big rich woman was wearing, that was insurance, not flex.
There were a lot of people fled the Nazis and the Soviet Union with the same methodology.
That's your get out of the country ticket if you ever need it.
I personally know who said his dad actually replaced 4 molars on purpose with gold so he could get through customs when he left the USSR, obviously years ago. He told me the whole story. I thought that was cool and awful.
The struggle to retain your personal wealth will become an issue. And last but not least, you guys, we have been here for a minute. And I love everybody that stuck around for this conversation. The least likely thing I can possibly imagine, given how it's played out, is that just one person on the so-called Epstein list will be perp walked and trialed out and found guilty and been at least we got one of them.
Jeez.
But no, I consider this to be the absolutely least likely one given the current climate on the whole thing.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think
if we get this one, that's another 2x bonus.
You get double the free spaces.
Yeah.
No, you
double the free spaces.
You mean someone will pay without self-deleting themselves in a prison
Someone's
cell?
going to go to fucking prison, be found guilty by a jury, presented with evidence, with unredacted evidence.
This is what you did.
And I don't want some they expect one of us in the wreckage, brother. Bullshit. They tried that with Prince Andrew. Oh yeah, somebody's got to go down, bro. Fuck him. I don't care about him. There's way bigger fish that he is expected to martyr himself for it. Now I ain't showing him respect. I'm just saying that ain't who we want. We know there's bigger ones. We know there's better ones, and all hiding something.
I would even dare say there are people bigger than leaders, like presidents and prime ministers and premiers.
Yep.
I bet there are even bigger.
It's those fucking dinosaurs living in the ocean that we ain't discovered yet that Mike schooled us to. He's onto something. That's the real Epstein list right there. Fucking plesiosaurs, bro. They're up to some shit.
So it's going to happen, guys. Here's how it's going to happen. It won't be because of some file that gets released. Whatever stuff is out there has either already been destroyed or it's never going to see the light of day. It's buried, right? In terms of like damning evidence. But how it could happen is if one of these victims decides to name a name, and I get why they don't. I totally understand why they don't want to do it. I get it. But that could bring down the whole house of cards. Especially, and if a couple of them got together and said, we're going to start naming names, that would bring down the whole house of cards.
You know, Sarge, to your point, I'm wondering if that Virginia Guffrey gal, she was at that point where she's like, I've got nothing to lose. And she tells people on YouTube, or I don't know where she said it, and to her friends, I'm not suicidal, but I am concerned. She gets hit by a bus or a car like a week later, and then something else happened to her and she didn't survive that. But within a 10-day period, two things that might happen to any one of us in our lifetime happened within 10 days right after she did that.
You just got Clinton-sided.
No, and if you read the Wikipedia article about Virginia Guffrey, is that, or the official is that she took her own life.
Yeah.
She stepped in front of that bus, Pete. Isn't that awesome how they do you at the end like that?
My wife read the book. I asked her opinion on it because I agree with you guys. I think it's very suspicious. My wife's opinion on it was that she felt this girl was so depressed that regardless of whether or not she had said at some point, I would never do that, she thinks that she definitely was capable of doing that. I don't know.
Impossible to say. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Nobody knows the depths of someone else's sorrow, pain, and anguish and trauma. But yeah, I would say that the least likely thing we are to see on all of this entire bingo list is I would wholeheartedly believe I'll see the Loch Ness Monster in the flesh. I'll shake its hand and say hello to it before like somebody actually gets perp walked and sent to prison for their conduct relating to the Epstein files.
Yep.
And even go ahead, Trent.
I believe, I don't know if I can say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway, and y'all can scream at me later. I think Mossad is tied into this list to the top level, period. And they're not releasing the list. No, let me backtrack. Our president is not releasing the list because he's using it to his advantage, possibly, and threatening those, look, either we're going to do this, you're going to pass this, or the files are accidentally going to get leaked. It's all a big scam of whoever has it is going to use it to their advantage.
Dirt on somebody has a lot of power.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
Especially if they are rich, influential, royal, elected.
And past presidents.
Well, no, yeah, and I think what you're suggesting here is that like it's a take me down and you're all coming down with me scenario.
It could be that too. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Imagine if one person, just one of these guys that was at one of these parties, had some kind of crisis of conscience and said, you know what, I've been a really shitty person and I need to somehow take some accountability and make amends. And I'm coming forward and I'm bringing 10 names with me. Now, I know that's not going to happen. That's a pipe dream, but
Yeah.
The
Well,
disinformation campaign would come out immediately against that person.
Well, I also think they would say, well, you don't want your daughter in college having a car accident.
Yeah.
So be quiet.
Of course.
Because it's at that level, honestly.
Of course.
Hey, Mike, I like your shirt. Can you show
thank
us?
you. Thank you. Yeah, this is the
awesome.
You Are Enough shirt. And I'll see if I can show you the back. I hate to show my back to the camera, but it's worth it.
And
it says-
Crouch a little bit. Dear person behind me, the world is better with you in it.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
This was my Christmas gift from Mrs. Livingston.
Nice.
So thank you, Mrs. Livingston. If you're listening, thank you. She usually answers back with the bell. It's how we communicate.
All right. Before we do some giveaways here, guys, what's the final ruling here? Is it any five, or what did we decide? Is it any five?
I think we should go with any five. Any five on this. I'll share the link in the chat again for the bingo card. And I will try to randomize this right after the stream ends. I didn't want to randomize it until I at least had one printed out so I could say each person's picks and not jumble them all up. So
yeah, it's not a competition like column wise who was right.
No.
Simply like how many did you get?
No.
Yeah, I think personally I've got 3 X'd out. And 3 with a half a hash through them. I have X'd out, let's see, the correction in the markets, Pete's pick. We have Venezuela, that's X'd out. And the energy sector crash is X'd out. So Pete has 2 confirmed, in my opinion. The 10% on the housing market, I think that has happened. And the energy sector crash happened, but not in the way that the roaming prepper had thought. And obviously, we saw Venezuela get the man snatched, right? The half hashes that I have is the new global pandemic. The Nipah virus is happening. Let's see, the wild weather caused by the pole shift. We saw what happened in Russia, what's happening here with the weather in the States. And the medication shortages, I think they're here and they're gonna get worse. Sarge says it's bigger than that, but I personally I put half a line through it. I didn't exit all the way out.
All right.
What if we can put the other line through it, Mike, and let's factor in economic ability to access those medicines. They're not in shortage, but you simply can't have them.
You're not wrong, Livingston, man.
All right, let's go to the big board here.
Woo.
All right.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So I got everybody, I think, that had put in the code words. Let's do yours, Mike, first. Actually, let me close this down for a second.
What is this? What the hell is that?
Oh well, we're doing a couple of giveaways here. I have a few things to give away this evening.
Make your own like wheel of fortune.
Yeah. Wheelofnames.com, Livingston, man.
Love it.
What do we go with first?
So you do your 2 first, and then I'll do my 2.
Dig over in the pile of goodies. So I'll do this as 2 bundles, okay? Because I think it's only fair. If you win this first one, you are going to receive a copy of Defensive Preparedness by the roaming prepper himself. Awesome. And another good YouTuber and friend of mine, you are also going to receive a copy of Bunker Basics by Chance Paladin. Sorry, the AI is glitching everything out here.
There you go.
Awesome looking book. Yep. And awesome content. So if you are the winner of the first one, you will receive a copy of each.
You're not giving away.
I had my Bunker Basics somewhere.
No Grails. Sorry. No, you cannot have my titanium Grail, Vision Preparedness.
I've got 3 of them. No, yeah.
So before I spin this one, Mike, how do you want people to contact you? And do you want them to stay on the board if they win?
I contact me through Hudson Valley Prepping Survival at gmail.com. I'll type it in the chat here in a minute. But it's Hudson Valley Prepping Survival. You don't put the and. There wasn't enough room. Google said it was too long. So Hudson Valley Prepping Survival at gmail.com. And I think they come off the board if they win, right? It's only fair. It's only fair.
All right. So this first one is for the book bundle. Good luck, everybody. Here we go. Whoa, what did I just do?
Uh-oh.
Oh, hang on.
Who's
I don't know how I added that second wheel. I didn't need that. Let's go back. That's weird. Oh, I must have hit add wheel down here. I don't know if there's a way to take this off.
Just spin all wheels and we'll just...
Yeah, we're just going to pick. We're going to pick from the left one because none of those names are real on the right.
No.
The right one is all fake names. They're not. They're
Perfect.
All right. Wow, I messed that up. Here we go.
My name is Ali.
Okay.
Would you like a Slurpee, Mr. Simpson?
GG's
Garden.
GG's Garden. Please send me an email. Hudson Valley Prepping Survival at gmail.com. GG's Garden.
All right, GG's, you're coming off the board here. All right, and then what was? Let me come back here for a second. What did you have another one?
Yeah, another one of the same book bundles.
Same thing. Okay.
Yeah, same book bundle. A copy of Defensive Preparedness by the Roaming Prepper and a copy of Bunker Basics by my buddy Chance Paladin. I had 2 extra copies of each. So,
by the way, I love the little guy on the front.
Awesome artwork, man.
Yeah.
Awesome artwork.
Bunker Bob
Sarge,
or whatever.
go to wheel 2. Go to
Bunker
wheel
dude,
2,
yeah.
Sarge. Sarge, go to wheel 2 up top. 2.
I don't want to mess with this after all the work
No,
that I
just
put in.
spin them both or you'll break.
Yeah, spin them both.
Because it's not easy to sit there and type all those names all over again. So here we go. This is for book bundle 2 from Mike. Good luck, everybody.
It's going to be Donald.
Oh!
Get out of Dodge.
How did you do that?
Donald H.
And Hannah.
How did you do that, Livingston man?
Donald
I do
H.
that, Sarge.
Hannah.
Wow.
I'm the guy you want to bring to the casino with you, bro.
Definitely.
That's right. That's right. Donald, you've got to email me, Hudson Valley Prepping Survival at gmail.com, and I have to ship you your new books. Congratulations.
That was easy.
Do you want me to just tell you who's going to win? Because it's like way faster.
Okay, go ahead and pick it now, Livingston. Let's hear it.
This will be, I'm going to do, you know what I'm feeling? I'm feeling Southern Tier Prepper.
Southern Tier Prepper. All right. So this is for, I've got a $10 Amazon card. And what you're going to do, if you win, is you're going to contact me at, let me see, put this in the chat.
Now, she didn't win yet, but I'm feeling pretty confident.
She said, say my name. Say my name.
STP.
So winner is going to contact me at businesswithsarge@gmail.com. And I may give you, depending on who it is, if I already have your email, which a lot of you already have your email, but if I don't, I may ask you to verify, and there's a way that I do that, and you don't have to call me or anything like that. It's very easy. So let's go, and good luck, everybody. This is for a $10 Amazon card.
You got to show your real ID. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Better have a gold star on it.
Oh, look at this. Oh, so close.
Okay, that's just
Wow.
creepy.
One off.
Sassy Gal Prepping. Nice job. I'm gonna
That's
go ahead and
Nasty gal. Congrats.
take you off the board. But if you guys can't see it, Southern Tier was the next one up.
Yeah, that was close. Congrats,
close.
sassy girl.
All right, and the last one here that I've got is $10 gift, another $10 gift card for Amazon. And again, I'm not going to mail you the card. I'm just going to give you the code. So you email me at businesswithsarge@gmail.com, and let's go ahead and spin. Good luck, everybody.
Some random dude.
Some random dude.
Oh, spin again.
And again.
I got a
That's
life.
some random dude.
All
Some
right.
random dude.
Okay, we're gonna remove.
Who's
Oh, that's from the other wheel, the bogus wheel. So
wheel 2.
Fatima.
All right.
I stand by my statement.
some random dude.
All right. All right. Good luck, everybody. Here we go.
Not even close. I suck at this.
It's like Grit and Grace. Nice job.
Congratulations, Grit and Grace.
Grit and Grace.
All right. Yep.
There
Go
you
ahead
go.
and email me at businesswithsarge@gmail.com. We'll get you taken care of. All right. Is that it? Or is anybody else have anything else you want to do giveaway for it before I close that board?
I'm out of books. I'm sorry.
All right. Good deal. Take that off. Let's go ahead and start to close this one out, guys. So I want to say thank you so much, first of all, to the panel. Always a good time when I get to hang with the Horsemen. If you guys don't know who Don Quixote is, go ahead and look that up. I was the character on the donkey that was trying to catch up with them in the trailer, which actually I'll show you guys one more time here because I had a lot of fun making this.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that was cool.
There's your 4 horsemen. Wait for me, guys! That's good.
That was cool.
Love it. You're the 13th warrior. Well, I guess you're the 5th one, but
Yeah. So go look up the legend of Don Quixote. You'll understand it. It's basically he was a person who thought he was a knight, and instead of a horse, he rode on a donkey.
Mhm.
And in the story, he attacks a windmill because he thinks it's a giant. It's a funny little story.
And his lady Dulcinea,
Absolutely.
lady of the night. Yeah.
So thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. It's always fun when I get to hang with you. And thank you so much to the moderators and everybody who was hanging out in chat. I know we didn't put a lot of stuff up on the board. We didn't take questions tonight, but you guys had some great chat going. We were watching it as it was going. So
Yeah,
really
that was
appreciate
great.
everybody.
Awesome.
You guys
Thank
have
you
anything
for
you want to
putting it
announce or say
together.
before we close it out?
Yeah, thank you, Sarge, for putting this together. This was
Definitely.
cool.
This
My
was
pleasure.
fun. This was a lot of fun.
Believe it or not, somebody's gonna hit bingo on this card. Believe it or not.
I hope not, but yeah,
I do
I
too.
think so.
But yeah, we're there.
I want that dinosaur. That would be a cool one.
I was about to say the dinosaur would be pretty badass.
Yeah, that's the golden ticket. That's the golden
Everyone
ticket.
should go watch the new Godzilla.
it's like the wholesome one. We're like, hell yeah, dinosaurs. We love dinosaurs. What's your favorite dinosaur? Ankylosaurus, bro.
And if they were friendly, aliens would be cool too.
Yeah.
If they were, like the benevolent kind that want to
Yeah.
help uplift.
Like
humanity.
Alf. I want Alf
Not
aliens.
the one from the movie Signs where they come and go, tss, they spray people. That's not cool.
Oh, thank you for
Oh,
reminding me, Teresa. I will be live tomorrow night, one-on-one with Modern Refugee.
Yes.
Should be a good conversation.
Gentlemen, we have just pulled off, I believe it's a 2-hour
2-hour stream.
live stream.
Our live stream. Wild.
That
All
was
right.
easy.
You're about to
Any
witness
other-
the sinking of the Titanic if I don't piss right now.
We're about to call it.
There can be people floating down the staircase and shit. It's gonna be like fucking chaos, man. Bands playing, we're all going down. Closer, my God, to thee. Oh.
You guys have an awesome weekend. Thank you so much. Keep planting your seeds. Keep stacking your silver. This is the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse and Prepping with Sarge as Don Quixote. Thank you, everybody.
Be safe, everyone.
Take care, everybody.